Ever noticed how some people never tell their age, but somehow always remember yours? Hiding your age isn't insecurity, it's a defense mechanism. Age is just a number, so why are people afraid to say it? That's not vanity or drama, it's psychology. When someone hides their age, it's usually their mind trying to protect something deeper. And once you understand the reason, the behavior suddenly makes sense. Identity mismatch, age versus self-image. For many people, hiding their age has nothing to do with numbers, it's about identity. Inside, they don't feel the age written on paper. Their mindset, energy, ambitions, and curiosity still match a younger version of themselves. But society expects certain behaviors at certain ages to be settled, serious, or past certain dreams. When their real age doesn't align with how they see themselves, revealing it feels like being placed in the wrong box, so the brain chooses silence to protect the self-image.
Imagine someone who is 35 but still loves learning new skills, experimenting with careers, and thinking creatively. The moment they say their age, people start saying things like, "Aren't you too old to try this?" Or, "At this age, you should be doing something else." To avoid those labels, they stop sharing their age, not because they're ashamed, but because they refuse to let a number define who they are. When your inner age doesn't match the number on your ID, hiding it becomes a form of self-defense, fear of losing social value. Psychologically, the brain is wired to protect status. When revealing age feels like it could reduce attention, respect, or opportunities, the mind chooses concealment as a survival strategy. In many societies, age isn't just a number, it silently decides how much value people assign to you. Youth is often linked to beauty, relevance, opportunity, and potential, while growing older is unfairly associated with decline or being past your peak. People who hide their age are often trying to delay this judgment. It's not that they fear aging itself, they feared being treated differently because of it.
Think of someone active on social media or in dating. The moment age is revealed, interest can suddenly drop, conversations change, or comparisons begin. To avoid being filtered out before they're even known as a person, they hide their age. This allows others to judge them based on personality and presence, not a number. Sometimes people don't hide their age because they feel old. They hide it because society decides their value for them. Boundary setting and emotional privacy. For some people, hiding their age is a way of setting healthy psychological boundaries. They see age as personal information, not something everyone deserves access to. In a world where people feel entitled to ask personal questions, withholding age becomes a quiet form of self-respect and emotional privacy. These individuals aren't insecure or deceptive. They simply decide what information is relevant and what isn't. Psychologically, this shows a strong sense of self, an awareness of personal limits. Imagine someone who notices that once they share their age, conversations instantly shift. Advice becomes patronizing, opinions get dismissed, or expectations change. To keep interactions balanced and respectful, they stop sharing it. This helps them be seen as a person first, not a category. Not everything about you needs to be explained. Some things are allowed to stay private.
Control, mystery, and psychological power. For some people, hiding their age isn't about fear at all. It's about control. Age gives others a reference point to judge, compare, or predict behavior. When you remove that information, you stay unpredictable. Psychologically, this creates a subtle power shift. The less people know about you, the fewer assumptions they can make. By hiding their age, people control the narrative. They decide how they're perceived based on confidence, intelligence, energy, or presence, not a number. Think of someone in a leadership role, creative field, or public space. If they're younger, revealing their age might invite doubt. If they're older, it could invite dismissal. By not sharing it, they avoid both and let their actions speak first. Others focus on what they say and how they carry themselves, rather than how old they are.
What people don't know about you, they can't use to limit you. Past emotional triggers. For some people,
Hiding their age is a learned response to past emotional pain. At some point, revealing their age led to embarrassment, rejection, mockery, or unfair comparison. The brain remembers these moments clearly. To avoid feeling that discomfort again, it creates a simple rule: don't reveal the age. This isn't conscious manipulation, it's emotional conditioning. Over time, the age itself becomes emotionally charged. Even a casual question feels threatening, not because of the number, but because of the memories attached to it. Imagine someone who was once told, "You're too old for this," or "At your age, you should have achieved more." That single comment may seem small, but it can leave a deep mark. Years later, when someone asks their age, their body reacts before their mind does. They laugh it off, change the topic, or avoid answering altogether. When age once caused pain, the brain learns to hide it to stay emotionally safe. When hiding age turns into inner conflict. While hiding age can be protective, it can also become emotionally draining when it's driven by fear instead of choice. Constantly avoiding a simple question keeps the mind on alert. Over time, this creates anxiety, self-doubt, and a quiet belief that something about you needs to be hidden. Psychologically, the problem isn't hiding the age, it's feeling unsafe being seen. Imagine someone who panics every time birthdays come up, avoids forms, jokes nervously when asked their age, or feels exposed when the truth might come out. Even in safe spaces, they feel tense. In this case, hiding age no longer gives control, it takes it away. When hiding protects your peace, it's a boundary. When it steals your peace, it's a burden.
Hiding your age isn't a weakness, and it isn't always insecurity. For some, it's self-protection. For others, it's control, privacy, or a way to protect their identity in a world obsessed with numbers. The psychology behind it is simple. The mind hides what it feels could be used against it. But the real shift happens when age stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling neutral. Because the moment a number no longer defines your worth, power, or potential, it loses its control over you. Age only has power when you let society decide what it means. Follow for more psychology that explains human behavior without judgment.
Comment if this made you see age differently. Share this with someone who avoids this question.